transactional to relational. And so I like to just open it up in this space for either yourself or myself feels called and compelled to kind of start it off.
Okay. Well, yeah, I'm excited because I think there's so many layers to this conversation. Like, what's a transaction? Obviously, it's done in business. It's what can you do for me, and what can we do in exchange? And it's usually a one-time thing. We were actually out for a walk last night, and it was very interesting. And it was a real estate open house, and noticed that everyone that was there talking and you don't usually you use your real estate to buy a house. I mean, that's the purpose of it. So it's kind of a one-time thing. And noticing the differences between transactional relationships and relational ones that are a little more long-term, that are built in trust, and how we're, I think, coaches or psychologists or different types of people are moving to more of a relational context because people are done with one and done things. People feel alone. They feel used. They buy all this stuff, which is a one-time transactional stuff. It fills up their house, or they buy all these courses, or even workshops and retreats are transactional. They're like this one-time thing where you go, usually with strangers or maybe acquaintances. You get all excited about your new purchase, whether it's a thing or a workshop or some information, and then you're like, oh, you go home and the excitement wears off a few days later, a week, 2 weeks later, and then you kind of forget what it was for and what the original excitement was. And I think if you, unless you implement these things over time and there's trust that develops, there's not a lot of lasting change that really takes place. And it's through relationship that we feel alive, that we feel that there's meaning in our lives that lasts longer than the excitement of a new car or a new couch or a new whatever. Um, so that's would be my little introductory piece of what I think about transactional versus relational. Depends on one time
Yeah.
versus a much longer trajectory is one of the main things. What about you?
I'll speak to that is, you know, I think people inherently, innately are looking for something more, something with more depth. Um, and AI, artificial intelligence, as we were talking about that, is really furthering that innate need for authenticity and for
Mhm.
connection. Because now with AI being present, like I come across ads right with Elon Musk or Jordan Peterson or Oprah promoting a particular product, or like a 6-year-old Asian man with abs promoting Tai Chi or something. And anyway, I'm able to discern, right? I'm like, wait a minute, is this real? And by default, I look into like, well, this is fake, right? And so what I'm seeing is that AI is starting to shift us to what really matters, shift us to becoming more human because we're now looking for that, right? AI has, in a way, kind of commoditized this information that people are now looking for true, genuine authenticity, true, deep connection, and this relational aspect, this paradigm, moving away from this transactional paradigm. Because yeah, I think people are exhausted being sold to. People are exhausted with the amount of noise and information that's everywhere. That on Facebook or on Instagram, everybody's selling to everybody, right? It's like inundated with ads, right? And so people are fatigued, information fatigue, being sold all the time is leading to exhaustion. So people are looking for that community. And so what is that community? How can we move into a community where it's not actually transactional, but it's relational? All right. And I would like to ask you, with your experience with leading communities, leading spaces for your woman, what have you noticed that are like factors that contribute to something that feels relational more than transactional?
Ooh, what are the factors? Yeah, I
Yeah.
think before I speak to that, I want to speak to that the whole AI thing because I've healed my relationship with AI recently. Um, and it allows us to be more human. It does all the thinking and the information. Who's going to want to buy information when you can go to AI and it can give it to you and cross reference thousands of different things in like 10 seconds? It's leading us to the word that I really feel is about relational, which is embodiment. You can have all this information in your head as much as you want. Do you embody it? Do you live it? Um, and this is where, yeah, the community and the relational aspect of relationships over time creates trust, which then allows people to embody what they're living. So, what I've noticed is that in the Relational Wisdom School and the Soul Truth Academy, is that it takes about a year at least for people to feel really comfortable being themselves, being authentic in relationship, which means sharing their emotion that's going on in the moment, sharing their trigger like we've done live here, and knowing that it'll be held without judgment. So that people then learn that they can both belong and be authentic at the same time. Gabor Mate talks about most people when they're born, it's either they're gotta belong, they gotta fit into whatever group or family or church or whatever culture that's there, which strips them away from their own inner sense of truth, their own inner sense of authenticity of their own life expression, their own uniqueness, their own soul. And so, relational for me now, especially as AI is taking over the analysis and the thinking and the doing pieces of it, is ooh, how am I in relationship to the world around me? And how can I authentically express that and have people love and appreciate me for it? And what I notice about that too is as people become more relational, they therefore become more authentic. And then they discover how they want to contribute to the world. A lot of people are out there again consuming information and knowledge and going, okay, what's the thing that I can do? What job can I accomplish? As if to be part of that cog in the wheel versus if I'm in a community, what's reflected back to me about my nature that is most authentic? Like the Aboriginals that are born and the babies aren't born with very Western names, they have meaning as to describe their personality or their auspicious entry of when they were born. It describes something about how they contribute to the community itself. And this is something we lack. And so we're always struggling to, what's my purpose? And we're lost. But once we belong, we don't feel as lost. We can see ourselves and how others appreciate us and the feedback that we get consistently over time. Our authentic place in the world, the way that we contribute and are part of a divine plan, a collective consciousness, and how we show up becomes evident. Um, and people begin to trust their place, and then they don't look outside constantly for something to fill them because um, it's already there. It's living. It's a living thing. They don't have to go out and buy something else to feel it. They're already feeling it and living it in a process of evolution in their community or their homes.